Hello everyone, it is I, Mark S.W. Forgive me if I sound a bit bunged up and wheezy. I've just had my booster jab and I think I'm experiencing some of the side effects. Nothing serious though, but I'm not here to talk about my booster jab. I'm here to talk about the fact that I now have 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Yay! So a big thank you to all those who subscribed and showed so much love and support. It really means a lot to me. And as promised, I said I'd do a Q&A video, just like when I got 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new to my channel, do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can check out all the videos that I've currently uploaded and videos I'll be uploading in the future. So 2022 is off to a good start. Now I've asked on Twitter and Instagram for some questions, and I have some right here. And well, talking of my booster jab, as you know, first question is, how have you coped with COVID? Well, I've mentioned this in previous videos. Honestly, COVID hasn't affected me that much because I live in a small, quiet area in Leicestershire, so not much happens. And yeah, and I've taken every necessary precautions, mask, face shield. I keep my distance because I usually don't like crowded places. And I don't have a job, so it doesn't affect me in that area. Honestly, making YouTube videos is my job. It's what I like to do. It makes me happy. So move on to another question. Here's a good one. What does SW stand for? Well, SW is my surname. You see, my full name is Mark Simpson Wedge. You see, Simpson is my mother's surname and Wedge is my father's surname. But some people think there's a hyphen in the middle. Apparently it's some sort of tradition in surnames that have two names. Well, that's where they're wrong. My surname doesn't have a hyphen. You see, it's quite complicated, but I'll try and explain the best I can. The Simpson family, most of them are religious people, so they go to church, they believe in God, and etc, etc. Whereas the Wedge family, they're not religious, they don't go to church. So my parents, they didn't have a proper marriage. That's why I have two surnames. But because there's no hyphen, people think that Simpson is my middle name and Wedge is my last name. Well, that's wrong. No, my last name is Simpson Wedge. My middle name is Anthony. So when I changed my YouTube name from Dalek Sram to my real name, I thought, no, I don't want to put Mark Simpson Wedge because then we'll have that problem with the hyphen and it's a bit of a mouthful. So I thought, change it to SW. It's nice and short and simple, so Mark SW is much better. Here's my next question. Do you have a life routine? And if so, would you do a video about it? Well, yeah, I have seen some YouTubers do like a video that explains their sort of routine, usually in sections, like their morning routine, their evening routine. I think some of them do like day routines. I haven't come across many. But, well, in a way, I do have a sort of routine. It varies depending on what I'm doing, and it is due to change sometime this year. It's definitely an idea, a life routine video, show you what I do every day. So, could be useful. I'll definitely have a think about it. What is your full process of making a video, from an idea to getting it on YouTube? Well, usually, if I have an idea for a YouTube video, I make a note of it. Little advice from a YouTuber called Goldie is keep creating. The moment you think of an idea, even if you're not working on it, make a note of it. Then you can come back to it for a future project. So keep your brain moving, keep creating. So when I have an idea for a YouTube video, I make a note of it. And I would put it in one of three categories. One category is videos I can definitely do, even if I'm by myself. The second is videos I could possibly do, but I would need some help, so maybe some other people to help out, and perhaps maybe a location. And the third one would be for really big projects, so I would definitely need help, and maybe some new locations, and I'd have to save up for the big projects. And then depending on what project I'm doing, I would then make some additional notes of what I need and what I want involved in it. And sometimes I have to go to Amazon to buy some new equipment or some props. And I've got a green screen and blue screen, so I can do shots that are impossible to do, like when I did the Inside My Mind video. Then if I'm happy with my project and it's ready to go ahead, I would start filming it. This could take several days depending on how many shots I'm doing. And once all the filming's done, I put it onto the computer. I use a desktop. I use the Adobe software to do all my editing, so Adobe Premiere and After Effects if I want to add some special effects. Then once I've rendered the video, I take a look at it to make sure it's all okay, especially with the words, because if I'm going to have words in, I've got to check that the spelling is correct. That's usually a problem, especially because I'm dyslexic. But if it's all okay, then I can put it up on YouTube. Depending on how big or small the video project is, the timing of how long it takes sort of varies. Sometimes it would take me a week, sometimes it could take me 2, maybe 3 months, depending on what it is. If you could be any animal, which would you be and why? That's easy. I'd be a cat. I love cats, especially kittens. They're so cute. Here's a little fun fact some of you may not know. I can speak cat. In fact, a while ago, I did a video of me having a conversation with a real cat. If you want to see that as a YouTube short, do let me know. But another reason why I like cats is because cats have some similarities to autistic people. I mean, sometimes they like to be left alone, and sometimes they have strict routines, things like that. Also, like cats, sometimes I'm scared of dogs. I am sorry if you're a dog fan, but I'm also a cinephobic. That means fear of dogs. I mean, little dogs like Yorkshire Terriers, they're okay, they're nice. It's really big dogs that scare me. What's the best childhood memory you've had? Ooh, well, I've had several good childhood memories, but I think one of my favourites is when I got to ride in Thomas the Tank Engine's cab. Let me explain. You see, when I was a kid, every Christmas Eve my family would go to the Nene Valley Railway in Peterborough or Wandsworth. Now the Nene Valley Railway have their own Thomas the Tank Engine, and one time I was invited into his cab and it was like a dream come true. My mum was worried at first because she thought it would be too hot and dirty and too loud for me, but honestly it didn't really bother me at all, because like I said, it was like a dream come true just to stand on Thomas's cab, and the driver was really nice, and when a passenger train went by, he allowed me to blow Thomas's whistle. Beep beep! I think it would also answer this question here. Do you have a favourite steam engine, and if so, which one? So, favourite steam engine? Obviously it's got to be Thomas at the Nene Valley Railway. If you ever go there, do say hi to him. If you could collaborate with any YouTuber, who would it be? Oh, well, there are several YouTubers I really like to meet, but I'd love to collaborate with Rosanna Pansino. She was the very first YouTube star I subscribed to. I think the reason I like her is because she's always so positive and cheerful, and even in difficult situations, she's always got a smiling face on. You know, she's that person who will always keep calm and carry on, and I like that. Now, Rose specialises in baking, so if we collaborated, we could maybe make some cookies or perhaps some cakes, maybe something for World Autism Awareness Day. Other YouTubers I'd like to collaborate with? Well, as you know, last year I reviewed the toys and gadgets by the Spy Ninjas. So, yeah, I'd like to collaborate with them, and not just the Spy Ninjas, but also maybe Rebecca Zamolo and the Scories, because these guys, they've been having adventures where they've been fighting evil mythical creatures and terrorist organisations. So if I collaborated with them, maybe show them how we British kick bad guy butts. In fact, I have collaborated with some YouTubers in the past, like one of the first collaborations I did was with Batman March, when I provided some voices for characters in his Doctor Who action figure adventure series, the 8th Doctor era. And as you know, last year I collaborated with my friend Cez, doing lots of autistic projects, and I'm thinking we may do some more collaborations this year, and I will be collaborating with some other YouTubers, but I can't say who they are at the moment. That's classified information. As well as sci-fi, do you have any other favourite genres? Well, yes, I do like fantasy. I like Chronicles of Narnia and Artemis Fowl. Oh, don't watch the movie though, it's rubbish. Stick to the books, they're better. I did mention in my last Q&A video that I'm not really a Game of Thrones fan. It's not really my kind of cup of tea for fantasy. I also like the Philip Pullman adventures, about travelling to other worlds, his Dark Materials. I've enjoyed Series 1 and 2, and I look forward to Series 3. Hopefully it will come out this year. I know that's more of a drama series, but to me, I think it's more of an adventure fantasy series. How did you get into Doctor Who? Well, honestly, it did take a while for me to get into Doctor Who, because at the time I was more of a Gerry Anderson fan. But I think the first time I saw Doctor Who was in the early 90s, when they were re-showing Thunderbirds. They were also showing Doctor Who episodes. The first one I saw was the Sea Devils, one of the parts where John Pertwee had to cross a minefield. After that, I then saw the first Dalek movie, Doctor Who and the Daleks, starring Peter Cushing. And then after that, a few years later, Doctor Who returned in 2005, so I watched the 9th Doctor era. I've got a cousin who's a massive Doctor Who fan, and he has a lot of the classic series, so we watched some of them while during the 9th Doctor era, and it started to grow on me eventually. I have to be honest, after the first 2 episodes of Series 9, the new series, I stopped watching new Doctor Who because it was just getting ridiculous, too confusing, and I get the feeling that the BBC keep losing their sense of nostalgia, because there are some episodes which would be better if they involved more classic stuff. But no, I mean, most of the flashbacks in new Doctor Who, it's got to be from the new series. All clips from the classic series are irrelevant. That's just wrong. Give me the classic series any day. It will always be the best. And talking of Doctor Who, there's another Doctor Who question, and it's also Anderson related. What are your top 5 favourite Gerry Anderson shows and Doctor Who episodes? Okay, well, my top 5 favourite Gerry Anderson shows: Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Terrorhawks, Stingray, and UFO. Mind you, when Firestorm comes out, it might be in the top 5, so you never know. Doctor Who episodes: The Invasion, that's a 2nd Doctor episode. The Green Death, that's the 3rd Doctor. Resurrection of the Daleks, that's the 5th Doctor. The Empty Child and the Doctor's Dance, that's 9th Doctor. And School Reunion, 10th Doctor. So those are my favourite Doctor Who episodes. Got another Anderson question here. Have you ever come across the cancelled Thunderbirds 2005 TV series trailer called Thunderbirds IR? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? Well, yes, I did see this many years ago. It looked interesting. I've seen some of the prototype designs for the new Thunderbird machines. To be honest, I think the CGI remake was better. I know there have been many attempts to do a remake of Thunderbirds, but when it comes to remakes, the CGI series is better than the 2004 live-action movie, because it does more justice. Don't get me wrong, the original series will always be the best, hand on heart, but as for this 2005 series, I have seen some behind-the-scenes footage, and the characters for the series were meant to be puppets, but the way they were controlled, it's the same style used in Firestorm, so in a way, this technique, it's not been wasted. We are going to see it, just in a different series. So it will be interesting to check it out when Firestorm is finally completed. Right, I've got one more question. What are you most looking forward to in 2022? Well, to be honest, I've no idea, because I mentioned in my year review video, I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. And to be honest, I have to be sort of flexible this year, because I know some things are definitely going to happen, and some things may or may not happen, depending on like COVID restrictions, I guess. One thing I am looking forward to, one video I want to do is in honor of the channel's 10th anniversary. It's been nearly 10 years since I've had this channel, so yeah, I want to do like a tribute video to it, so I'm looking forward to making that. And of course there are other videos that I'm looking forward to making, which I can't talk about at the moment, because like I said, they're on the secret list and I don't want to spoil the surprise. And I also mentioned in my review video that I might not be going to many events this year, but I would like to go to the Robo Nerd event if it's returning, so fingers crossed it will come back. But like I said at the beginning, it's off to a good start now that I have 2,000 subscribers. So I look forward to getting 3,000 subscribers. So those are all the questions I have, so a big thank you to those who submitted them. And if you have a question for me, do leave it in the comments below and I'll reply to it. And if you've enjoyed this Q&A video, do give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new to my channel, and you can follow me on social sites. Thank you for all your love and support, guys. I really do mean it, because I love making videos. It's what I do best, and you guys find them entertaining, and that makes me happy. So, hand on heart, I do mean it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.